Hello again everybody, welcome back to Largely Mediocre Gaming. It is Lonbro, your host as ever, and I am back again with the Anor Lonbro, and today we are tackling the Duke's Archives, starting with this ugly looking bastard right here. Luckily I've got like the absolute perfect weapon for fighting these things. They are, as you can see, quite heavily armoured, and a lot of weapons deflect off upon being hit. Ow! Don't stand right behind them, doesn't work. So yeah, most weapons just sort of like bounce off when you try and hit these things. Oi! God, that was poor. Whereas this, because it is a spear, does not bounce off quite so much, and does pierce damage, so it goes through armor a lot, and does lightning damage, which these things are, I'm pretty sure, quite vulnerable to. So if you're having trouble getting past the boars, maybe switch to a spear, and maybe stick it on the lightning upgrade path. It's not too hard. You can get a lightning spear from a mimic somewhere as well, which is very much worth doing. It's helpful against a few enemies. The iron golem is vulnerable to this as well. Do I have enough souls to level up? No, not quite. I need to try and conserve my souls so I can start leveling up properly. I'm pretty behind on the level curve, I'm pretty sure. What am I at the moment? 55? You think you normally finish the game somewhere around 60 plus-ish. So I'm not doing too bad. I dumped a lot into endurance, which in hindsight was probably not the greatest idea. Here we go, we've got our friends coming along. We've got a channeler in the background that you can just about see. Oh, god damn it. Okay, I'm getting a bit... This is getting bad. Okay. Oh, what the... Oy. I am so rusty at this goddamn game. Oh, this is going to be really, really annoying. At least I got the bonfire, so that's good. If you're being a bit clever about this, stay on the left when you're using the elevator and just hit the wall like around here-ish, and you'll only aggro one of these crystal hollows. That feels a bit cheap. I mean, you know, I want to give these guys a fair shake. I do want to see how much lightning spear does though, just because, you know. Ow. Ow! Wow, really bad. That is not how you do Dark Souls, ladies and gentlemen. Oh god, I'm gonna die so quick. They hit very hard, these crystal hollows. They're not the worst things to fight, but they do a lot of damage when they get you. Can I fling him? Oh, not quite. He's dead though, at least. Crystal straight sword, great. Not a particularly good weapon, and you can't repair it, but still. Okay, let's try out our lightning spears. Oh god, he's fast. Come on, you bastard. Okay, we'll just stop being fancy and just hit the bastard. Oh, what, really? That staggers me. Ow. No. I am doing really bad today. Oh dear. This is not going well, even at all. Even a little bit. Gotta wait for this damn elevator to come all the way down. I've heard it asked, by the way, like, why is there all these elevators and, like, books? What's the point of the Duke's Archives when, Sif is blind and also a massive dragon who couldn't fit in here or use any of this? The answer is, I think, it's the channelers are meant to be using it. It's stated, I think, in a few different points that he can sort of see through their eyes, and they do his. It's assumed they do his reading for him. Get it off. Oh, that hit, and it did a lot. Wow. Okay. I wish I had wasted Nessus for no reason, but that's fine. Oh, ooh. Yeah, I'm not really I've been playing a lot of different games recently, so I'm keep forgetting the controls for whatever I'm playing at that particular moment. Oh god damn it. I really hate these bastards. And then we've got that crystal golem to kill because he'll drop the old pendant. Whoa. Shit. Did not think this through. Didn't think it through. Get out of here. Okay, I'd forgotten that there were two more hollows in this. Like this. Oh, this is annoying, man. I'd forgotten how bad the Duke's Archives can be. Oh, how many of these bastards are there today? Right, let's aggro you and get down here, because there's no need to fight you in the worst possible place. You know what, can we just Soul Spear him down? Probably. Soul Spear? Lightning Spear. They're kind of slow, the older Crystal Golems. They've got a couple of, like, that's pretty, you know, dangerous, watch out for it. But if you can bait an attack out of them, come on. They've got a couple of, like, big, slow, wind-uppy attacks that you can... Well, in theory, you can bait one out and then, you know... I should have stabbed him, shouldn't I? There you go, yeah. Broken Pendant. Okay, I can now do the DLC. Because that's, like, the key that sort of, lets you in to the DLC area. This channeler's got to die. They are fairly irritating, though. Okay, time to hit. Good. You can sort of use that column for cover. Because the game is cheap, the hollows can shoot around it a bit, but you're mostly safe. Don't think there's anything much else on this bottom floor. Let me have a check around. I've forgotten a lot of this game. Yeah, here we go. There's one more hollow. I love that rolling sweep animation that this thing has. It is so good. It's got really good range, does a lot of damage. I just really like the animation on this animation set on the Dragon Slayer Spear. Oh, didn't know about you, mate. Let's... Okay, I do at least one shot with critical hit. That's not too bad. These things are kind of fragile. They don't really have that much more health than the enemies you've been facing before, but they just hit so damn hard. And these archers are a nuisance and all. Where did you come from, you git? Oh, Dark Souls, man. Yeah, you got rolled, boy. Okay, I'm gonna have the humanity out just in case I need some emergency healing. I also didn't get whatever was down there, did I? Did I? No, I did. I've already forgotten what it was. Pretty bad. So super careful, super careful. Down this way I think we've got a mimic chest. Either on this side or the other one. There's definitely a chest somewhere around it, yeah. Is that a mimic? Doesn't look like it. There you go, twinkling. The other side is a mimic. Am I gonna fight it? Should I fight the mimic? No, maybe not. It's a lot of hassle and it doesn't have anything much to offer to us. And is this where you do the juke skip? 2 hollows down there. Another one here. Let's aggro one at a time. Try to. There we go. By the numbers. I'm going to go out there, I think, in a second, but I just want to check this elevator first in case this is already where we are meant to do our little... the trick that I have in mind. The juke skip. Ah, it is. Okay. Right, so basically there is a well-known thing. First of all, actually, let's kill the Crystal General. No, I can't even be bothered to do that. I'm just going to show you the juke skip. Normally what you would do here is you proceed up this little like corridor. You fight a guy wearing a full set of crystal armor with a crystal shield and sword. He's pretty like hard hitting, but he's just a standard NPC fight. He's not too difficult. And then after that is basically Seif, and you walk into Seif's room. He immediately, well, he doesn't immediately, but he one-shots you one way or another. He eventually will kill you. He might also accidentally curse you if you're not being careful, and there is no way to win the fight. He is immortal and he regenerates, and you just can't hurt him at all. And the idea is you are meant to lose that fight, and then you wake up in a prison cell somewhere else in the archive, and then you find Seif later on and fight him. But you can skip all of that crap if you do a weird trick here that I'm going to now attempt and most likely fail to show you, because I've only ever seen it done. I've never done it myself. So pull lever. No, it failed. Okay. The idea is pull the lever. You walk over to where the other lever is or thereabouts, and then you roll backwards, and you're meant to land on this little diagonal bit here on top of the actual ledge. Then you can jump off onto the second story up here, and in doing so you shave about 20, maybe 30 minutes off of your game. Well, probably a little more for me. It would take me hours to do the entire Duke's Archives, if I'm being honest, or maybe about an hour or more. So this shaves a lot of time off your game. I know about it because obviously I watch quite a few Dark Souls speedruns. I'm a big fan of that. I find it quite interesting. No. Oh, nearly died. No, missed it. Yeah, died. I died. No, missed it. Oh, nearly had it. No, dropped. Okay. Right, I'm gonna kill the Crystal. What do people call him? I've heard him called the Crystal General, or like the Crystal Commander. He's a pretty, you see what I mean, he's just a standard NPC, he doesn't have much health, he's not much of a challenge. Compared to the Duke Skip, he's a fucking cakewalk. I've got it, I've got it. Oh my god, I keep fucking it up. Oh my god. Oh, I'm getting closer though, we're getting there. I'm getting less salty because I'm seeing now what my mistake was, and I'm seeing now how to do it. God knows how anyone found this in the first place, like... Do you know what I mean? I know exactly what to do. And I've spent an hour now just trying to do, like, this is one very precise video. Who the fuck found this in the first place, do you know what I mean? I can only assume it was like a QA tester at some point. Because there must have been somebody whose like job it was literally like, you know, go find glitches in the Duke's archives with the maybe there was someone who's just like, right, we need to see if you can use the elevators for any bullshit, and they found this one ridiculous glitch and the developers thought, right, we'll leave that, doesn't need to be patched because it's too obscure. Which would not surprise me, because I think I'm pretty sure I've heard that that's how the ceaseless skip was found. Like, the developers knew about it and they told people that, oh, there is a way to skip ceaseless discharge, and they left it in because they didn't see an issue of doing so. Oh, nearly. I'm less frustrated now because I know what I need to do, and I know where my mistakes are. I don't get why the camera throws it off so much. Like, people, when you're making a game, can you please not let the camera just fucking twist and turn of its own fucking accord? This is it, this is the one. Right, put on. Edge that way. No, God, every time I get that angle wrong. Oh my god, what am I doing wrong? I'm gonna have to stop recording and check, because that's getting really annoying. No! No! No fucking way. That was on. That was perfect. Oh god, I didn't edge. Laugh. If that ever fucking happens. Missed it. No, have I? Oh my god. Oh my god. I've done it. I've actually done it. I've done the Duke skip. I can't believe it, I've done the Duke skip. Oh my word. I've forgotten where you even go from here, if I'm honest. I did not. Oh god, that is the weight of the world off my shoulders, because I was beginning to lose the will to live. Okay, cool, we're back. I just checked which way you go, and it is the way I thought it was. You don't need to turn the central staircase around. I realise this is probably like the worst display of the Duke's archives you'll ever get, because it is just, I haven't explained how you do it, I've just done the skip. And that's only really helpful if you're speedrunning, and even then you need to be consistent at it and not fuck up a million times in a row like I just did. No, we are not dying. What do we say to the god of death? Well, actually I killed him earlier, didn't I guess? That was neato. Can we maybe... Yeah. Don't know how he missed me. I'll take it though. I'm taking him out just in case I need to climb back up this ladder, because if he's still alive, you cannot get up this ladder. Because he can shoot you even when you're right down at the bottom, and it staggers you and you fall off. And because you're on the ladder, obviously you can't dodge, or, you know, you can't finesse out of that in any way. The bookcase slides open, and you have a shortcut to, there's a bonfire here, which I'm going to go and grab. Because I cannot be fucked with dying. This is his little back garden, I guess, and you can just about see down there. Oh no, it's a bit more obvious if I look up. Yeah, you can just see here the crystal caves, which is where we're headed now, I think. Because if you do the skip, you pretty much are at the end of the archives. Because if I go this way now, oh yeah, the archer does respawn. Annoying. Yeah, but if I go this way now, pull this lever. Pull this lever. There we go. These stairs that are revealed take you out of the Duke's archives. So I guess Duke Skip sort of actually cuts out more than I remembered it doing. These things scary as ever because they can one-shot you if they get that grab off. They also have that annoying flying kick. Their attacks are largely easy to dodge. They don't have much health, and if you're being careful and checking all your chests, you'll never get snuck up on by a mimic. But you know, they're not a hard fight, but if you're not expecting to have to fight it. If in doubt, whack the chest. The chain's also a safe bet. You're given those prism stones because, as you'll see when we get to the crystal caves, large parts of it are invisible. I'm in like such a stressy, impatient mood from all that bullshit with the Duke Skip that I am not going to fight any of these crystal golems. So the story with the golems is that they seem to be like almost Sif's kidnappers, if that makes sense, because you find Dusk of Ulasil trapped inside a golden golem, you find Sieglind, as I've just mentioned, trapped inside a golden golem. The broken pendant from Ulasil is also on a crystal golem, and we know that Sif does research on maidens. That's how, well, basically he kidnaps women and turns them into monsters. From what we see, that's what the Pasakas are in his little prison, which I haven't shown you because fuck that. So Sif has been kidnapping women and experimenting on them. We don't exactly know why. He is also most likely the father of Priscilla the crossbreed, who we saw in the Painted World of Ariamis. Her mother was almost certainly either Guinevere or the theory I favour, which is Velka, goddess of sin. So we know Sif did lots of weird research. He is regarded, it says at some point, as the godfather of magic, or the grandfather of all magic, because he sort of developed sorceries, which is why Big Hat Logan comes here. He also creates all these creatures, like the moonlight butterflies. You can actually aggro these and they will fight you, but they're kind of a hard fight, so I'm not going to bother. He creates the crystal golems. He studied invisibility. He studied scales of immortality. He is basically quite a weird old guy. Is it safe to walk on? It is. Oh shit, crystal golem. Run. I don't need that bad juju right now. Does he follow me along the old invisible path? He does. He does. That is hunky dory. I'm going to try not to die, and I have. Sweet. Okay, I should fight that one. I didn't realise he would follow me along the invisible pathway. So Sif, kind of a fucked up guy. He kidnaps people, researches on them. Is almost certainly the father of crossbreed Priscilla. Whether that means that he raped Guinevere, or whether that was a willing partnership, or if it was even Guinevere. I favour it being Velka, purely because there's so much related to Velka in the Painted World anyway, and because Guinevere, Priscilla, if you look at her, has feathers. And of course, Velka is heavily tied in with things like crows and birds of various kinds. That's like her recurring motif. So Priscilla has feathers, they're white, and Sif is referred to as like an albino dragon almost. So that sort of seems logical to me, that it is in fact Velka and Sif's child. The reason Sif does all this crazy stuff is he is seeking to become immortal. So he was born without, well, we think maybe born without scales, although that's never firmly established by any means. But Sif doesn't have scales like all the other dragons do, and that made him into a bit of a bitter old twat. So he has sought to become immortal through his research, and when you find him, he has succeeded. You lose that first fight with him unless you do this skip, which I just did. You are guaranteed to lose. You can't even hurt him. And if you free Logan, he explains to you why that is. He says that all this research into crystals, all the golems and the caves and the hollows and everything, it's because he was looking into crystals as a way to become immortal. And he stole a relic called the Primordial Crystal, which you will see when I fight him, because I have to destroy it. And he has somehow used this relic to make himself immortal. Seemingly, he somehow is made his body out of crystals, or infused it with crystals in some respect. And the Primordial Crystal allows him to regenerate, because when you fight him, if you cut off his tail, he bleeds crystals for a start. And he seems to sort of be quite strongly connected to it. He also shoots crystal breath. There's a lot of stuff about crystals relating to Sif. These guys hit pretty hard, and I'm reluctant to do too much flipping around and fancy tricks because I might fall off. But you can whittle them down, play it safe. You will eventually beat them. Okay, off we go this way. This is why it gives you those things called prism stones. I'll show you what they do now, actually, if I go to my items, change equipment. Oh no, they're already equipped. Cool. So if I drop one, it will remain in place and it glows a little light, so you can pull an Indiana Jones with his bag of rice. If you don't get that reference, by the way, unsubscribe from my channel, because everyone should know what I'm talking about when I mention Indiana Jones and a bag of rice. But anyway, you toss one down. It not only allows you to illuminate invisible paths like this, but you can also chuck it down if you're not sure that you can survive a fall. And depending on how loud it is when it falls, you can tell how much damage you would receive. I think it like screams if the fall would be fatal to you, which is kind of cool. Come on, you bitch. Let's go. Let's go, mate. Yeah, back off. The golden ones luckily have fairly short range on their attacks. The blue ones have like bigger areas on the crystal effects that they do. So it's a bit easier with the golden ones when you're doing a dex build and you're a bit more mobile to backpedal out of the way, and you can sort of sneakily avoid most of their attacks. They're a bit harder for strength build to deal with, because you can't really afford, if you're doing like a heavier armor build, their hits do more damage and you can't obviously dodge as easily in a heavy armor build. So be a bit more careful. I don't actually know where to go from here. You are aiming for roughly where those little sparkles are over there. If you run in these invisible bits are straight lines, and they're relatively wide. So as long as you're going in the right direction, you're pretty much safe. Yeah, you just walk onto this thing. So you're aiming for this little like outcrop here. I'm not sure how big the leeway is. I think it's fairly generous. You should be fine. I really like Crystal Caves. It's kind of pretty. It's a very unique little area. Do I want to fight these, or do I want to What I want to do is equip my Dark Wood Grain Ring again, which I just realised I don't have on anymore. Do these things get stun locked? Yeah. Oh, it looks like they do. Yeah, I realise I'm no longer using my awesome ninja ring. Yeah, boom. Booyah. Be wary of left. These things are the man-eater clams. I believe I showed you there were a couple in the Ash Lake. They have loads of skulls. And they drop Twinkling Titanite if you need to farm that. And they drop... is it transient curses? No, it's the thing that removes curses. It's those gems that remove curses, because it is literally just a human skull. So, and these things are full of them. Yeah, I don't really want to fight these bastards, so I'm just going to try and skip past and hope none of them get into the boss room with me. Go, 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 go. These are all other players that have been cursed. And they have been cursed by Primordial Crystal, which I'm going to need to shatter, except I'm not going to do it. I'm going to get Steve to do it for me and try and hit his tail. And here he is, Steve Scalus. Looks very intimidating. Now that I think about it, he looks kind of cel-shaded. Is that just me? He is fairly pissed off. He has left his little room where you fight him in before, if you're doing it the proper way, because he does not want you destroying his precious crystal, and then he does it for you. And he has just done it. So I'm going to go and try and hit his tail. Oh, I need to move, I need to move. His tail slam is mental. As you can see, he goes absolutely shit insane. Because he has 3 tails, he doesn't have any legs, because he's kind of weird. Kind of a weird dude. I really want his tail. You can't get the little ones, you have to get the big ones if you want them. I shouldn't stand here. Oh, he can also curse you. Yeah, I should point that out. So be very careful not to stand in his little crystal bit for ages, because you'll get cursed. He will do his tail slams every so often because he's a douche. Come on, let me get your tail. I should lure him over here a bit. Come on. This is a pretty damn good weapon to fight Seath with. It's lightning damage. All the dragons are vulnerable to lightning damage, even Seath. Lacking as he may be in scales, he is still vulnerable. Because the dragons resist fire, they resist magic. Rather strangely. He also has like the biggest tails of any boss. Like his tails are huge. As you'll see, he breathes. I'll show you actually. I'm dicking around with this, but he is such an easy fight. So yeah, you see his breath, and then the crystals like grow shortly afterwards. And the delay is quite long on some of the attacks, so you can get... That's his like melee attack. You see what I mean? He is very slow. Winners don't do crystals, man. Moonlight Greatsword. There we go. That's his tail cut off. And now I can just do the fight the way I want to, which is such an easy fight. It's actually ridiculous. You can tank him if you need to. Look at it, how pretty his rings are. You can tank Seath by just standing in front of him with a set that has high curse resist and just beat the shit out of him. Like, he will just miss you most of the fucking time because the attacks are so shit. Like, look at that. What? Who's he hitting with that? I'm over here. He just attacks in front of him most of the time. To be fair to the lad, he is blind. So what you do, wait for him to attack and then just run to the side and hit his two like side tail things. And you will have plenty of time to just wail on him. You can, if you've got tankier armor than me, just stand right in front of him and keep wailing away on the little like orbular spherical bit at his belly. The only attack to be afraid of, he hasn't done it on me yet, is he has this big charge up area of effect one. If you're close to him, it's a one-hit kill, even on fairly tanky armors. And of course be aware that his various attacks will all of them build up curse on you and do damage over time. So you don't need to be particularly scared, but do just keep an eye on him and make sure, check that you know what attack he's doing before you sort of get cocky, basically. Because if you get caught out by that big AoE, it will punish you severely. Most of the time he's quite happy to stick with his shitty breath attacks. He has one that's far away and you can run in and hit him, and he has one that's closer in and you just need to back off, or just run to the side, or tank it. Like, you'll notice he's done very little damage except for that first little bit because I wasn't particularly paying attention. I should just run in and hit him, really. This is over. There we go. Cease to Scaleless, done. I really like his design, he's a cool boss. I wish the fight was a bit harder. He's very slow, very predictable. And I cannot wait to be doing the DLC, so let's get, I just want to get to the first proper bonfire, which is just outside, but I've forgotten which way I need to go. Oh, here we go, it's through this little wall. Demon Ruins, by contrast, is my least favourite part of the game. I hate the design, I hate the bosses. There's like loads of bosses in a row, none of them are particularly imaginative, they're all really cheap and bullshit. The design is boring, it's just fucking lava everywhere, no one gives a shit. I just hate the Demon Ruins. It's really linear, it's not like the rest of the game is all cool and interesting, and these are just fucking load of bullshit. I'm gonna go kill, actually before the episode ends, fuck it, I'll kill Ceaseless. Right, I need him to do that exact same attack again, so I'll stand here and then roll. Whoa, didn't know he could do that. I don't know his attacks, so this fight is kind of alarming. I'm gonna stand here. How are you meant to avoid that, I ask you? I want to be on full health because I think he can one-shot me with some various bullshit. This is what pissed me off about this fight. There's loads of unavoidable attacks. Like several of them. It's like no other boss has this like much forced tank, and even Nito, like, you can dodge a bit. I mean, Jesus. There we go, he's dead. Fucking stupid fight. And that cools the lava for us somehow, because yeah, was he like the source of it? Because it doesn't look like he was. But for some reason when you kill him, most of the lava solidifies and you can walk on it, and that's how you make it to the next part. Free aim lightning spear. Oh, it's happening, it's happening. Bollocks. Free aim lightning spear, it's happening. Oh, how did that happen? Free aim lightning spear, go. No in here. Free aim lightning spear, go. Feed him lightning spear. Go. Fuck. Go. Feed him lightning spear. Leave. Oh fuck. Oh, I had the right line. Feed him lightning spear. Nearly. Feed him lightning spear. One more time. Come on. No. More up for the same position, right? Georgie Sorrow. Oh god. Oh. Oh dear.